Mixed Mornings with Brig and Lehmo. Mix 1011.
Oh, so will you please put it together for Darren Hayes?
Oh, lovely welcome. Thank you.
In the studio and all. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. They can't see how good we look.
Well,
And all of us dressed in our three-piece suits.
I know, it's amazing.
For our blind listeners, we should point out that Darren does have on a magnificent three-piece.
Oh,
is it
you wouldn't
pinstripe
mind.
suit?
It is. It's actually an old, I don't drop names, it's Vivienne Westwood. Oh, I just did.
Yeah. So I've been living in London, haven't you? You've got a bit of style about you.
I actually got this in a thrift shop in San Francisco.
Did
But
you
don't tell
really?
anyone. Oh, I just told everyone.
You just told everyone. What have you done? And Bridgie, can we not ignore my three-piece suit, please?
Sure.
That I just
What,
had
your jeans, your T-shirt,
freshly tailored?
and your
I thought
Converse?
that was your real hair. Sorry, you're talking about your suit. I thought you said hairpiece.
My hair is slowly disappearing, I've got to say.
Now, Darren, I'm a bit concerned that we haven't heard from you for a while. I know for 4 years you've been what they call crafting.
Yeah, which means I've been sort of in a dark room, growing my nails very long and going, so the future, it's about the future. No, that was the Aviator. Yeah, it's been 4 years that I've been working on a record.
And did you feel that you needed the 4 years to come up with what you wanted? Did it take that long, or did you just think, I'm going to really, really, really just sit back and have a bit of a relax?
Oh, God, this makes me sound like such a loser. Truthfully, every time I finish a record, I kind of do this thing of thinking, oh, God, that was, what was great about it, what was difficult, do I want to do it again? And, I worked out recently, I'm coming up to almost 20 years as a singer, in the music business. And so, as you get a bit older, and my private life is fantastic, and I'm, madly in love, and so it becomes harder and harder to leave those things. And so for me, it's got to be that what I'm doing is something I feel so passionately about, I can go, see ya, which is pretty much what I've done.
I also want to talk to you about Star Wars, because I know that you're a mad Star Wars fan. What I didn't know was that you auditioned for a role in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
I'm sad, I know.
That is sad.
It gets even more sad. I've got this collection of toys where I'm very specific about it, right? Because I'm a child of the 70s.
Yes.
And they're by this company called Kenner. And when I was a kid, they were the toys to have. I couldn't really afford to have them. The fat kid, Adam Plenty, had them.
Yes.
Not me.
Adam Plenty.
Good name for a fat kid.
He was a bully too, which was the worst. He used to beat me up. But anyway, he had all the figurines and whatever. I vowed that if I ever became a celebrity, when I grew up, I would buy them all. And so I've got this collection of them that sit on my wall, and I'm really uptight about it. It's sad. And yes, I did audition for the
What's
film.
sadder is you didn't get in the film.
Oh, look, please, come on, like I ever was. The truth is, George Lucas he still does live in San Francisco, and I lived in San Francisco, and his daughter was a Savage Garden fan.
Oh, here we go.
There was my window.
Bang.
So his daughter came to a show and asked if she could please meet me, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then from that moment on, I got invited to the ranch. He's got this whole ranch, and he's got, there's this whole system that for me.
You're living the Star Wars dream.
Look, I guess you'd call it bribery, but I would send them gift baskets, and suddenly I'd get to touch Darth Vader's codpiece. You know what I'm saying? So when, as most, pop stars do in the 90s, I had a film agent, for what reason I don't know, but that person said, we hired them and said, your only job is to get me into Star Wars, because I'll play a rock, I'll play a dead person,
Anything.
I'll play anything. And they went, okay. So they got me the audition, and the woman sat and stared at me much as you are all staring at me
Someone
now.
was a better rock than you? That's so rude.
Oh, please. Isn't that sad? I couldn't even play a rock. She asked me to do some accents, and she looked through her script, and she's looking at me, and she just literally went, you know what? I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the script, and I just don't see anything.
You know your collection at home?
Yes, sir.
Are you surprised by the reactions of people when they come to your house and they look at the collection, and I imagine they're either like, wow, I'm really into this as well, and this is exciting, or the complete flip side?
Yeah, it's a little bit like I've got a human suit made of discarded toenails, and people are like, oh, that's interesting, isn't it? I had a housekeeper once who, just once a week, come on, I'm from Brisbane, but who would come in and scrub stains out of toilets and stuff. But anyway, actually, we had to end up doing that because it was a bit offensive. Apparently, you're supposed to. Anyway, moving on.
Really, surely, I mean, if you pay enough.
No, seriously, apparently you are supposed to make sure the toilet's clean.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing with undies, but I'll get into that in another intro. But she came and she was moving them, and I got really uptight about it. I was like, oh, excuse me, Luke Skywalker in his Tatooine outfit with the blonde hair next to the variation of Luke with the tan hair need need to be together anyway.
But hang on, a dusty Luke with tan hair wouldn't be any better. You should have let her dust.
There's a system.
Oh, sorry.
There's a system.
You can't break the system.
Well,
It's really
I'd like
sad.
to know, can I ask, you're from Brisbane. I have a theory. Tell me if you think it's true. I reckon that Brisbane is the island... hang on. Brisbane is to Australia what Ireland is to Europe.
So we're alcoholics.
No, you're good singers.
Oh, that's a nice
Because you know
thing
how
to say.
all the good rock stars come from Ireland?
Maybe it's a
I reckon
country
all
thing.
Australian ones come from Brisbane.
I reckon it's a country thing.
Do you?
Yeah, like country music. And I think if you look at roots music anywhere and you think of the Irish, that, you know, it's working class. And I think I'm, you know, really proud to be absolutely beyond working class. I mean, my upbringing was not at all privileged, but there's a kind of a, you know, but when you come from Brisbane, you're never Sydney, you're never Melbourne, you're never considered to be cool or fabulous or whatever. You really have to fight that much harder to kind of make it in this business. And yeah, I think there's a passion and a sort of a realness in the music because of that.
Do you keep an eye on the Australian music scene from afar?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing
Are
is...
you liking what you see?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I visit home and come home a lot more. I'm just a terrible celebrity. I mean, I'm crap at it.
Oh, really?
I don't really...
You're a bit too nice, actually.
Yeah, I know. You can say stuff about me.
You're
I'll say
lovely.
stuff on air.
Oh, in
actually.
front of you? Well, I wait till you've gone.
I'm naked from the knees down.
Can we start a rumor? What's a rumour you'd like to read about yourself? Because I'm sure you've read stuff about yourself that's just not true, that's annoying.
Yeah.
What's a rumour that you'd really love? Because we can chuck stuff out.
Yeah.
You're in love with Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because I am.
Is that legal?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know if it is
Question.
yet.
No, it's not.
You know what?
I think if you're in Mississippi, it's okay.
Yeah. I reckon you guys should start talking about the fact that in person I was just... I mean, literally, some of the staff couldn't look at me because I was so good looking. I mean, it was it was a weird kind of Brad Pitt thing. You're not quite sure if I'm gay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was hitting on the receptionist.
I've been dying to know if you're gay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Did you see my outfit?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very well dressed for morning radio. I'm just saying.
Stan me. Have a look at the photo that we'll take at the end of this interview.
Yeah.
And have a look at me next to
Actually,
Darren.
I look quite good. I look
do.
quite handsome.
You're
I just
hot.
have paid a lot of
Hot.com.
attention to my outfit, which some
look sharp.
people on the show haven't.
No, that's
I'm
exactly
sitting here in
right.
a Quicksilver t-shirt.
Not
Ladies
that there's anything wrong with
excluded.
it. Thank you, Darren, for appreciating the bit of effort I've gone to today. As you
It's
were
very
coming
New
in.
York.
Thank you. It is very New York. I've got a lot of New York in me. Well,
You-
not really.
Hello. That's a holiday we don't want to talk about. Hey, where do you... so Bridgie loves New York, of course. And Bridgie's just been to Rwanda. Do you have a favourite holiday destination somewhere that you look forward to getting away to?
It's the exotic Byron Bay, Australia.
Oh, boy.
Hey, nothing wrong with Byron Bay.
It's incredible. We come every Christmas, actually. My family hire a big house and
good.
we just, veg out. for
I'm glad you
summer.
do that because often English people go to like other places that are better.
See, I can't quite pronounce Ibiza. I feel
yeah.
embarrassed with it.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
Yeah, too
No.
many celebrities there too. You don't
I'm
know
not
about.
really that fabulous, really. Although Byron Bay is bloody expensive.
James Blunt lives in Ibiza. You could
Does
go and
he?
hang out with him. Are you guys buddies?
No.
Who is your biggest celebrity friend? We do need to know that. Have you got a friend who's a celebrity? Who is a celebrity that's close to you? So we can start a rumour about that.
Oh, God. It's funny because I'm not really that much of a name drop Elton John. It's just Kylie Minogue. I just have to. Oh, we'll have to call Delta. Sorry, this is just stop recording. I have to call Delta later on because she's been just pestering me. No, you know what's funny? The most Elton John is someone that I know and is lovely,
I'd
right?
like to know him.
But the most famous person I ever met is somebody that I obviously adored, which was Madonna, and it's hilarious because I always wanted to meet her in a casual sense, and poor Richard, he'd only just gotten over the fact that I'm a pop star because a fan crashed our first date, which is another story for another show. And he was like, are you? Yeah, there's a whole thing I have to tell you about. But anyway, I invite him to this dinner party. It's a mutual friend of Madonna's that I do know, never met her, and we turn up and, of course, it's Madonna. And, you walk into a room, there's like 12 people, and I'm like, oh, that looks like Stella McCartney. That looks like, I know that person. And there's this like light that comes down and actually comes down from God over the top of her, and she's standing there dressed as Madonna.
Wow.
And at that point she was in that whole hung up phase, so she looked like some disco hag in a good way, in a great way, like the hottest disco hag you've ever seen. But she possibly would date Justin Bieber, and get arrested for it. And she's there and she's just staring at you and you're thinking, I'm going to die. And I just remember Richard just grabbed my hand up at the table, was like, just thinking, what have you done to me? And she remembered me. She'd come to a show in New York once, and she was like, I know you. And then it became like, make the monkey dance. And she's going, tell the story. And all these eyes turned to me for about 10 seconds. Everyone in the room turned to me because Madonna's gaze lay upon me. And I told my story, and I was like, yeah, well, once I was in New York, and I had to sing your song for you because I did it at soundcheck. And Tommy Mottola said, you sing that Madonna song? I'm like, no, I don't, Tommy. And he's like, well, she's coming to the show. And I was like, yes, I do, Tommy. I sang the song, and I said, you know what, and you never told me what you thought of it. And she just went, oh, I loved it, I thought it was great. And I was like, cool. And then every head in the audience just went, she's finished with him now. And they went, whoosh, and everybody just turned away. And Richard and I sat in this very privileged dinner party for 12, being ignored for the rest of the night. But for a few golden minutes.
That's a great
You were there, the
story.
light shone upon you for a few...
Exactly.
For a few minutes.
Oh, well, when are you bringing out your album, please?
I'm going to bring that out for you in October.
Well, that'd be nice. And when are you going to tour? Thanks.
Am I allowed to talk about this yet? I'm not allowed to talk about it, but yes, I am touring at the end of the year.
Good.
Yeah.
Like a proper concert thing.
Yeah, like a proper concert with me and everything, me charging people money to come see me.
Can we come backstage and all that? Now
Would
we're
you?
friends.
I would love you to.
That'd be really nice. Could you just?
I want to hang out at stage right dressed as Madonna.
I'll invite you to a dinner party, and and then I'll point at one of you and say, "Tell that time I came in the mix."
We want to feel good for 12 seconds. That'd be
Exactly.
wonderful. Darren, it's a joy to have you, and we could talk to you all day, but unfortunately, we've got more important things to do.
I know, I get it.
So, Darren Hayes' new single, Talk, Talk, Talk. It's been 4 years in the making. Well, maybe not that long.
Can I just say one thing?
Oh, please.
Today, for me, has actually been... it's actually been more enjoyable than you'd hoped.
I love a review at the end of the interview.
But less fun than I was expecting. But still, thank you for having me.
Oh, Darren Hayes, the last word.